In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Mail Merge to quickly populate the child list, sign-in sheets, and some locker tags. So the first thing that you need is an Excel spreadsheet. So this is just a sign-in sheet transition worksheet. So I'll open that up and we can see a list of all of our children. We're currently using sheet 1. Now, in order to use Mail Merge, our first name needs to be in the second row. So what I'm going to do is create another sheet just by clicking on the New Sheet button. And I'm just going to click on the tab and rename that, and we'll call that Mail Merge. It might be a good idea to rename Sheet 1 too. So I'm just going to rename that to Sign-in Sheet. Now for our Mail Merge tab, we want the first name and the last name of the child. So I'll just go into Mail Merge and I'm going to type in first name, and in the next cell I'm going to type in surname, and then placing my cursor into A2, I'm going to press the equals button, then go back into Sign-in Sheet and click on the first name, so Addison's name, and then hit enter. And we can see Addison's name is now appearing there. Now, to get her surname, if I click on to Addison's name, in the bottom right of my cell, I can see that there is a larger green dot. And when I place my cursor over there, you can see that it changes from thick crosshairs into thinner crosshairs. So I'm just going to click onto that and then drag across into surname. And that will bring up her surname there. Going back to the sign-in sheet, we can see that we've got 31 children here, but we have got space for 33. So coming back into Mail Merge, I'm now going to highlight both the first and last names, click on that little square again, and drag down to row 34, and then release. What we can see now is that all the names have appeared and the bottom two have got zeros in them. That's okay. That's future-proofing this Mail Merge. So if I go into sign-in sheet here and type in my own name and hit enter, we can see that my name is now appearing in the Mail Merge sheet. So back in here, let's delete me. Now, to make everything auto-fit, the quickest way to do this is just by selecting the very far left corner between A and 1. So we can select that. And then if you move your cursor in between columns A and B, you can see that my cursor changes into crosshairs. Once it changes into crosshairs, I can just double click. And that will auto-fit those rows there. So we're now done with this. So it's a good idea just to save. I've already got auto save on, but if you don't, you can go File, save the copy, and save it there. Or you can just press Control S on your keyboard, and that will save that document. So we're done with the spreadsheet now, so I can simply close that. The first document that I want to populate is my child list. So I'm just going to double click onto that. And we can see a name from last year. So I'm just going to put my cursor in there and just remove that last name. But we're looking for first name and last name. So I'm just going to hit backspace to delete that. So to now populate this with a list of those current children from Excel, I need to go to the mailings section of Word. So it's just up the top, we'll go to mailings. And from there, we're looking for Start Mail Merge. So we'll click on that and then go to letters. From there, we now select on Select Recipients. And this time we're going to use an existing list. So we'll click on that. It will now let us navigate to where we've saved that Excel spreadsheet. So find the spreadsheet, click onto it, and then click on Open. It will now ask us which sheet contains the list of names. So we're looking for the Mail Merge sheet. So we'll click on that. Make sure that first row of data contains columns headers is selected, and then click on OK. From there, we now go into Insert Merge field. So we'll click on that, and then go to first name. And from there, we'll press on the space bar on our keyboard and then go to insert merge field again and then go to surname. What we can do now is click on preview results, and that will show us our first record from the spreadsheet. So clicking on preview results again to get back, we now want to get the next name. So to do that, we can highlight the first row, press Ctrl C on your keyboard, go into the second row, and then press on Ctrl V. Now when we go to preview results, we can see that Addison's name is appearing twice. So this isn't what we're looking for. We're looking for the next record. So we'll go to preview results again. And this time, if we put our cursor immediately before first name and make sure that it's right in the beginning there, this time we can go into this rules drop down and then go to next record. So we'll click on that. Don't worry about the row changing height. That will fix itself when we preview those results. So we'll click on preview results. And now we can see that we've got the second name there. So that's really good. We're almost there. So now we'll click on preview results again. And this time I'm going to highlight everything in that second row. Press Ctrl C together. Now I'm going to highlight my remaining rows. So just clicking and dragging, and then pasting by pressing Ctrl V together. We now have the next record appearing for all of the remaining rows. And now when I click on preview results, we can see that we've got all of those rows there that are populated. Now this is not the full list of my children, so I'll go in and quickly fix that. So we'll click on preview results again. And this time I want to add some more rows. So I generally find the quickest way to do this is just by putting my cursor into the very last cell and then just pressing tab a few times. So holding down tab and just getting that to add in my more rows. Now I'll highlight my last cell, press Ctrl C, and then click and drag to populate the remaining rows. And then after I've selected, Ctrl V, and let's preview results now. That's exactly what we're looking for. We probably have too many, so 1, 2, 3. So I'll go back into my preview results and just remove the last 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. Just press delete. In fact, if I do that one more time, so highlight, right click this time, go to delete and delete cells, and then just delete the entire row. And now when I preview results, I've got all 33 rows. So go back to preview results. So I'm just going to press Ctrl S to save. And now to finish off, we've got this button that says Finish and Merge. So we'll click on that, and then we'll go to Edit Individual Documents. And what I'll get you to pay attention to is this child list over here. We're currently in the child list document. So I'm going to go to Edit Individual Documents, and it asks which records we want to merge. We want to merge them all. Click on OK. And now we're in a document called Letters 1. And this is the document that you can go in and edit. So we don't want these zeros to appear here. So I'll just click on those and delete. And now I can go to File, Save As, Browse. And I'm just going to go and save it in the same place as before. And I can call this Child List 2022. And then save. Now, if I ever get any new children joining throughout the year, I can add to that Excel spreadsheet, complete the mail merge again, and all those new children will appear at the bottom. So that's my child list. What about my sign-in sheets? So let's double click onto that. And you can see that I'm looking for each child's name to appear on 2 pages in rows in fairly large lettering. So I'm just going to remove what we did last year. And then we'll also remove the first name there. So same again, from the very first cell, we'll click onto mailings, start mail merge, letters, select recipients, use an existing list, navigate to where that Excel spreadsheet is saved, double click onto it, and select the mail merge sheet. From there, we're going to insert mail merge field, and this time we only want the first name. So we'll select onto first name. And something that I do recommend for tables is selecting the crosshairs in the very top corner. So we'll select that, right clicking and going to table properties, and under table, we'll go into options. And then over here, it says automatically resize to fit content. So I'm just going to untick that and then click on OK. And then OK again. Now, when I change this font size to 100, it's not extending the table beyond the page. So don't worry that it's appearing like this. That will fix itself when we go into the preview, and I'll show you that. So we'll go back into mailings, and then we'll go into preview results, and we can see that Addison fits there nicely onto one line. So we'll preview the results again. And this time, because we want Addison's name to appear on all of these rows, I'm going to highlight first name, press Control C on my keyboard, and then select the remainder on that page. So click and drag. We'll paste those in there. I've got a few others to paste in here too, so I'll just remove that and select the rest, Control V. Come up to the top and we'll go back into those preview results, and we can now see Addison's name is appearing in all of those table rows. So it's important at this stage to note that we're in record 1 at the moment. So if I press on the next record, it will now take me to Alec, Amelia, Aria, and so forth. So we can go through like that. So we'll click on preview results again. And to finish off, what we'll do is go to finish and merge, and we'll go to edit individual documents, make sure that we've selected all, and then click on OK. At this point in time, I'll show you that we're on page 1 of 4. It's actually page 1 of 2, but because we've wrapped around in the cells, it's given us double the pages. But just note 1 of 4. So we're going to click on OK now. And now we have page 1 of 69. So if we scroll down, we now have a table with every single name there. And if we have got names that are too long, we can go ahead and change the font size there. So now, because we've finished this, we can go File, Save As, Browse, and this time I'm going to rename my full page Children's Sign-In Sheets, and we'll just name that 2022 there, and click on Save. And finally, the last thing that we're going to do are our locker tags. So we'll double click to open that. And this time we want each child to appear in this table. So the first thing that I'm going to do is select the crosshairs at the very top left, right click, and then go to Table Properties. Under the Table tab, we're going to go to Options, and then under Options, if this is selected, please unselect, because we don't want to automatically resize to fit contents. So if it is selected, please unselect. and then click on OK. We're then going to go into the first cell, and again, we're going into mailings, start mail merge, and letters. We're then going to select our recipients, use an existing list, navigate to where that Excel spreadsheet is saved, select onto it and go to open. Make sure that we're selecting the right sheet. And then we're going to go to insert merge field and first name. Now, if we preview this, we can see Addison's name is appearing there. So we'll select that again. We're then going to copy first name, so highlight and press Control C on your keyboard. Put your cursor into the next cell and Control V. And what we'll notice straight away is that the first cell is centered and the second one is not. And if I preview results, we can see that there. So I'm just going to stop previewing again. And this time I'm going to highlight the second cell, go to home, and just center align that one. But because we want this to be the second name, we need to insert that rule that forces this to be the second record. So to do that, we go into mailings again. Make sure that you're right in the beginning of first name, mailings, rules, and then next record. Now, if we preview results, we can see that the next name appears there. So stopping the preview again, this time we're going to highlight everything in the second cell with the next record included, Control C, and then we're going to click and drag to select the remaining rows, and then Control V. Now if I preview, we can see that we've got all of our other names appearing there. And we can see that these aren't centered and we also don't have enough rows. So let's go back into preview. And what we'll do first is we'll add in a few extra rows. So I go into the last cell and then hold down Tab. And I'll just copy these and make sure that we've got them in. Paste that in there. And this time I'm going to highlight the first cell, go to Home, and select on the Format Painter. So I'm just going to click on that once. And then you can see that my cursor turns into a little paintbrush. So I'm just going to select the second row and click and drag to select them all. And when I release, that will center everything really quickly there. So we'll go all the way up to the top, go to mailings, and then preview results. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We've got the cells there for the extra children, and where we've got a cell that goes across 2 lines, we can update that later. So back into preview results. Now to finish off, we'll click on Finish and Merge, and then go to Edit Individual Documents, select All, and then OK. And now I can edit this document as much as I'd like. So we'll come in here and delete these. May as well delete this. And perhaps for Madonna Rose, we know that she goes by Madonna. So I'm just going to remove the remaining letters there. And now I can go to File, Save As, Browse, and save that as Locker Tags 2022. And then save. Now let's say that a new child joins throughout the year. I'll show you how easy it is to add that child to these different documents. So we'll go back to the sign-in sheet transition spreadsheet. Go to the sign-in sheet and we'll add in that new child's name. I'm just going to add in my own. Make sure that we save, so Control S and close that. Now when I open up my Locker Tags document, so it shouldn't be the 2022 one, it should be the normal one. So we'll click on that. It'll say opening this document will run the following SQL command, and it will be replaced. Do you want to continue? So select yes. And if we go into mailings and preview results, we can see that Cindy has been added to that list. Just a recommendation, it's good practice to keep all of your mail merge documents in one folder. So for example, I'm in my mail merge folder at the moment, but I do have my 2022 documents within here. So it's good practice to move them out. So I'll just click on one, hold down Control, and then just select the others. And then I'm just going to right click and go to cut. Just come one up here and we'll go new folder and 2022. And then I'll just paste all of those documents in there. If you do move some of the files within your mail merge folder around, the link between the Excel spreadsheet and the Word document might break, so it may prompt you to relink them. Please take note of this error message if it comes up. You may need to browse for that Excel spreadsheet again.